For your Caesar, Cardiff City ride with me for your Caesar. For your Caesar, Cardiff City get litty for your Caesar. She want a diff boy, swagger 1 point, yeah, diff boy. She want a diff boy, swagger 1 point, yeah, diff boy. For your Caesar, grab a little something for your Caesar. We the geezers, swagger stone cold like freezers. She want a diff boy, she want Starvz, not Fitzroy. She want a diff boy, she want Starvz, not Fitzroy. She want a big man, says she want a man from...
Oh, it wasn't that awful intro that I thought it was going to be. For a pleasant surprise. Anyway, welcome everyone to your Fleur Hour. I am Rob. I am joined by Mr. Rhys David Evans. Welcome everyone and welcome Rhys. Hope you're doing okay, mate.
Yeah, all good. How's things?
All good, mate. Are Cardiff going to win the double this year? Obviously, we'll get into all of that as we go on throughout the show. But guys, welcome to the chat. Get your questions and comments in. We'll talk about it last night. Obviously, we'll discuss the horrible injury for Eli King, which is unfortunately taking him out for the season. And hopefully, depending on United bottling it, we might be able to give a quick reaction to who we get in the draw. I'm not too sure exactly what time it's scheduled for, but we'll see how we go. If it's not us, then we'll leave it to somebody else to deal with, to talk about. So we may as well jump straight into it, mate. Great result last night. Great performance last night, I thought, most importantly. Lineups. Did any of them take you by surprise that was selected? Anybody you thought you would have seen playing yesterday at all?
I was surprised. I thought he would have rested like Ruben and Salek. I thought he would have started Robbo up top and possibly give Willock a go at 10 to see what he can do as a 10. He looks better as a 10 in general. I thought last night would have been a game for him to try it out as. Gutted about Eli King. I think he would have started last night if he didn't have that awful injury. Actually gutted for him. Delighted to see Mafiko get a start in the 6 instead of left back. And Nayakawa landed to see him against some first team football. I thought that was fantastic. And again, Turner in goal. I'm just happy to see him get some minutes now because he looks like a decent, I don't want to say up and comer because he's been on the club for a few years, but he looks like someone who's, if we force to put him in, he's not going to let us down. I mean, he looks like he's comfortable and he can do a job there for us if needed.
100%. Yeah, just on Turner, from a selfish perspective, from Welsh perspective, I think it's superb to have someone like that who's coming through. I know we can't really say coming through as such, but in goalkeeper's years, he is still very young. Was he 22, 23, something like that? So I'd love to see him get minutes and hopefully, he keeps playing as he is and kicks on and, future's bright for him in a Welsh shirt as well. It's not natural for a goalkeeper who plays for Wales who's not a first-team starter. So, that will remain to be seen. Thoughts on the defence? Well, actually, no. Perry Ing, as the commentators love to call him last night, which effectively is the right pronunciation of his name. Some of the pronunciations, by the way, were wild. But with Salish, etc. But Perry Ing, whatever you want to call him, nice to see him back in the shirt. And how do you think he did yesterday?
Yeah, it's good to see him back. I think defensively he looked good defensively. I don't be negative, but I don't think he suits the way the manager wants to play. I think he wants to attack in full-backs who've got the pace to get up and down the pitch. I don't think he's got that, and that's not his fault. It's just not his game. I mean, last season he'd go forward and he'd be exposed with the ball in behind. I just think it's about giving him minutes, but then there's going to be games where you're going to need someone like that who's not going to push forward, he's going to stay back, be rugged, with a narrow pitch, he'll do a decent job. So I can see him. It's good to see him back in a minute. I just don't think he'll be a starter. I think he'll be a rotation player now. I think you've got to put some special performances in to take Capaccio off that place a minute for me.
Do you think? I actually agree with you. When final boss Aaron mentioned the other day that that he doesn't believe that Perry will suit his the manager's style, etc. Here's one, I suppose, not just for you, but for a few beautiful people in the comments as well. Do you think there's a possibility with, obviously, Eli King being injured, that he could potentially play as a 6 at all this season? Do you think that would be a conversation that could be had or has had? Or is it just a case of, no, it's a non-starter on that?
I don't think Perry's a 6. I don't think there's a mobility for a 6. But say Wintle is injured, you can definitely see, if he wants to rest Joe Will or something on Mafiko, you can see Chambers be put in the 6, and then Perry can be a backup centre half. Or if we need a left back, Perry can play left back. And then you could have one attacking full back and then sort of a back three with a 6 in front of him, shielding him. So it's not over for him yet. I don't think he's the style of play. I think a Cody Dreamer-esque kind of player is someone with a pace, bombs up down the pitch, gets forward and get back. I think Perry will be a rotation player. I just don't think... I guess it's not his fault. It's nothing to do with him. It's just new manager, new style of play. It's a certain style of play, and I just don't think he's got the legs for it, sort of thing. Again, if we could sell him for money, it's not saying we should sell him, but if we can get money in for him, I mean, what investment he's been like, do you mean?
Yeah, and the thing is then, though, is like, would have to replace him with another right back, because I'm not convinced that Chambers should be playing right back. I know he doesn't want to play there anyway, allegedly. But the thing is that we'd sell Perry and G in, whatever you want to call him, but then we would have to go and bring in another right back. I don't think I'd be comfortable with. Okay, Dylan Lawlor's played a few times, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not adverse to playing that position, which I suppose could work. Which we may as well cover this one because there's been a few comments about Ray already. Osho from Bordeaux, Auxerre, I think he's at the French club, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah.
After leaving Luton Town. A few people have mentioned about, is there any update on him and things? Apparently, I've read various things that he is due to be made official tomorrow. So can't say for definite if that is 100% true, because you know what things are like, but the likelihood is that Osho will be made a Cardiff City player by this time tomorrow. So can he play across the back line, do you know, mate? Or is he...
I'm not 100% aware where he can play. I know he's a defender. I know Luton fans rated him, but I won't lie, I'm not 100% aware of him, what he can play. But it's one of those where I think, even if he can't play, say, a full back, you've got Dylan Lawlor play right back, you've got Perry and G who can play left back if needed. You've got Sapaka who could probably slot a left back if needed. So it just adds an extra body there. My only thing is, if he does play centre half, who gets dropped for him? Because Lawlor's looked brilliant, is comfortable. Fish has looked outstanding. And I mean, does that mean Chambers loses his spot as the backup centre half? Does that mean Chambers goes or another centre back goes? I'm curious with this, like.
Yeah, because I can't imagine. Excuse me, sorry. I can't imagine him being brought in on the basis of rotate backup. Someone like him, his background and his career, etc. I would have thought that the deal would have been a case of, you're going to be an important player for us. I want you to be playing, 3 out of 4 games a month or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So it is an interesting one. And I think the last thing I would want now is for us to go changing our shape and go 3 at the back, for example, and doing like Osho, Lawlor, Fish, for example, and changing it like that. I hope that's not the way he's going to do it. I mean, it may work and it may be thing, but I think it's going so well at the moment. You don't want to, if it ain't broke, sorry, don't fix it sort of a scenario. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, Mark, Darlin mentioned here again, I don't think he's going to be playing a game for Cardiff in the foreseeable future. I've not heard anything about him, but I can't imagine seeing him with Osho coming in. I can't imagine him having a place in the club anymore, mate. Do you?
It's going to be a loan if he goes, though, because there's no way the club are going to recoup the £3.5 million they spent on him.
No.
So it'll be a loan to see if he can put himself in a shop window somewhere else. He might come back a better player. But yeah, he needs to go out and play week in, week out somewhere, and it's not going to be with us. But then again, it's a question that gets asked then, surely, is who is signing some of these players? Because it's another player that's come in, failed to set to make an impact, and has just quietly moved out. Like to Snowden, another one came in and has quietly just gone. And it's something's got to change. I'm glad the manager's had more of a say in who comes in now, but surely this has got to be a kick of the arse for the recruitment team.
Recruitment team still makes me laugh. Going back to last night, mate. Louis Giles
landed to see him come on. Really happy to see him get some minutes. And it wasn't just 5 minutes, 6 minutes, I think in 20, 25 minutes, and he came on. Again, he's young.
I'm such a big fan of his, mate. I'm such a big fan of Louis Giles.
Well, these are the sort of games you want to bring these in, right? Because, again, Cheltenham are going to be up for this because they're playing Cardiff City. Let's be honest, we are a championship side in League One. It's going to be a big game for them. Their players are going to want to stand out. They're going to try and bully the youngsters. And he stood up to him. He wasn't bullied off the ball. No, he got stuck in with a winger. To be fair, I get really impressed. I thought Mafiko last night does another one. Absolutely outstanding. His reading of the game.
I'm in that position, like.
Oh, his reading of the game was amazing. Little pockets of space in front of the back four to pick the ball up. He was calm on the ball. He didn't rush it. He looked for the right pass. He played it up the lines. I thought he was outstanding last night. So happy he had a good performance because it's got to be devastating mentally as a youngster to be taken off after 30 minutes, the other week. Then the start last night, I thought he was just outstanding. I'm so glad to see him. The manager's kept faith in him. The players around him as well, I just thought he was outstanding last night. Honestly, everything he wanted from a 6, that was it.
100%, mate. 100%. Oh, yeah. And Jonathan, member of the show, pointed out previously how much he's not a left back, but he can and will play out there if needed. And it just goes to show that is how much of a natural position he is as a 6. Because, I 100% agree, mate. You can only play what's in front of you, but Jesus Christ, he was good. He was so good at what he did, mate. He done the basics so well. And you can tell when you're doing a good job when you don't need to be, as a 6, when you don't need to be mentioned that much because you're just doing the unseen work, off the ball work and things like that. And it was just brilliant. It was great to see, mate. And moving forward with that, I thought Joe Colwell again, mate. The energy in that young man, dear God, what a player he is! Like, what an absolute gem of a player. It's just such a positive thing to see, and we've spoken about in the same sentence near enough 4 very young Welsh lads, which is just class, mate. So good. When was the last time this was a case for Cardiff to have this much impact from a Welsh contingent?
Again, looking back, probably Dave Jones of Darcy Blake, Chris Gunter, Ramsey all in amongst the squad.
Yeah,
but
all that, yeah.
But now you look at this, last night, Mafiko, right? He just seemed like he had so much time on the ball. They couldn't get near him or off the ball off him. He had so much time just to slow the game down when needed, take the sting out of it. He's just a brilliant job. Joe will as well. Going forward, you can't get the ball off him, and he's picking up these pockets of space in front of the defence. He's beating 1 or 2 men as well. This is all thanks to the coaching at the academy level, 100%. Because they've worked day after day with these players, and to see so many coming through now, they deserve so much praise. Honestly, it's finally good to see the capital city, again having a conveyor belt of young talent coming through again. We had a small little bit of success with the academy back in the 2000s, and then nothing for so long, and now it's all working again, and it's brilliant to see. And you got a manager who's got faith in the youngsters and who's willing to play them.
Love it.
And it's again the fans as well. All the fans are patient with these youngsters. You know, Mafik won a bad game. The fans applauded him, chanted his name, everything. The fans are brilliant with it. So it's exciting times. I mean, the value of the club has gone up massively in the last 6 months, I'd say, because of these youngsters.
Agree, and it's just such a positive vibe at the moment. And you know, I've been doing these shows for Side for the last 2-3 years now, and I've never gone on such a run of having shows of positivity. I'm not used to it, to be honest, mate. But
I'm ranting most weeks normally.
What's that? Sorry,
I'm ranting most weeks normally.
Oh, well, that's it. But it's just
more about.
Isn't it just so refreshing though? It's like it's such a refreshing time. And I know we've been relegated, and I know it's not great for us to be in League One, but it's just there's so many positive things to take into account for it. Like, I'll laugh on about it until someone tells me to shut the fuck up. Like, but the youth coming through, mate, is just as somebody who loves watching Welsh football as well. I'm just so in love with seeing so many these young Welsh lads doing their thing, like doing their business, mate. So it's quality. We may as well talk about, and as you and those of you in the comments probably already know, one of my favourite wingers through the academy, Nayakawa. So impressed with him. I thought he was unlucky not to get a goal or two as well last night. Bit of an experience may have come to fruition there, but such a big fan of him, mate. Such a huge fan.
Out that winger, it's something we've been crying out for so long, isn't it? He's got pace, he's got a bit of trickery, he's not afraid to beat his man, and if he does lose the ball, he goes again and again and again. And it's just something we've lacked for so long, right? His energy. Like, no criticism to Tanner, but you watch Tanner, right? Normally after 60 minutes, he's blown out his arse, no offence. These youngsters, 60, 75 minutes, 80 minutes, they're still going full sprint, trying to beat them. As a defender, it's got to be terrifying. Do you know what I mean? You're thinking, come on, again? I'm going to get a yellow card, did you? I'm going to get another yellow card. I mean, he's one of those players I think he should be on the bench now, I think. I mean, you playing against a team now, 60, 70 minutes in the game, tight defence, you bring something like that down with the pace, that energy, the lack of any fear. It's going to be something magic.
100%. It's like the Isaac Davis reaction, isn't it? And, you know, which brings us on nicely to his goal, which I definitely thought he messed it up, if I'm honest, when I first seen it. When I watched it live, I thought he's actually cocked it up, but what a great finish in the end. But that's what Isaac Davis was used for originally as such. And obviously, I think he probably will be a bit this season as well. But I'd hopefully like to see him start maybe through the middle at some stage as well. But obviously, that's maybe for a different time. But he's just, Nayakawa's got such an impact that he could have. Like you said, when it's 60, 70 minutes on the clock, these centre halves are knackered from back then, Salesh, and those are like, and then you bring it on someone like him who can just literally boom, up that energy level, get at them. It's just class, mate. Love it.
I tell you what's refreshed as well, right? I was talking to the boys about this. Last season, every time someone came to Cardiff, we'd always go, if we could nick a point against these, I'd be happy. It's so refreshing to see other teams say about us now. If we can nick a point against Cardiff, that's a big result for us. We look at every team now going, we should beat these. I mean, the mindset from the team to the staff to the fan base, the mindset has changed completely. Like, and that's got to be a massive lift for players as well. It's no longer going, we're going to have a tough game next Saturday. We've got to hope. Let's avoid defeat against these lads. Let's try and see 0-0 to half time. It's okay, so we should be 2 or 3 up by half time now, lads. So it's just, I think everything is just, it's a really feel good factor, and it's about time because we've had such a shit time for the last 2, 3, 4 years. It's just nice to have some feel good factor back at the club, some energy back at the club.
Exactly, and like you said, like I mentioned earlier, all right, it's a relegation, but think the reality is maybe we needed it, mate. A reset. Get some of the old heads off the wage books, and almost like a refresh, start afresh, like. And that's what it appears to be. It seems like they just they've cut ties with a lot of the players who, wasn't offering as much as what they possibly could or couldn't offer as much as they could anymore due to injuries, age, etc. And it's almost like because of the academy, we're able to just go, okay, let's start again, and we go again, and let's build on from here, basically. Because the reality is, mate, the average age of this club, this team, they keep these boys together for the next 5+ years. That's a good team. That's a very good championship team, and it was like. Is that your buddy, is it?
Yeah, I've had to move rooms every minute, because it's all the work's been done. So, I enjoyed it all earlier. Millwall won last night, so I'm hoping we get them in the cup now. We're gonna smash them like nothing.
Oh, is everything froze? Have you froze? Have I froze?
You froze, yeah.
I'm have to go and get my charger out. I think my laptop's going to die. What I'm going to do, Reese, if you're okay, I'm going to do the advert, mate, and then you okay just to talk for a second, just until
go on.
I get back. Because I feel like my laptop. Oh my god, it's literally going to die on me now.
Quick one.
I'm trying. Please hold. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Just a technical difficulty here. Everyone's okay. Everyone had a nice Christmas. Looking forward to New Year's, etc.
Who's everyone hoping to get in the cup, Ben, in the next round?
There we go. Come on, you bastard.
Charge.
This episode of Cardiff City World is brought to you by Coral, the proud sponsor of the TalkSport Fan Network, here for all kinds of fans. For the armchair experts, whether you're constantly negative, overly positive, or maybe even the instant over-the-top reaction social media guy or girl. For the football fashionistas still clinging to the legendary terrace fashion of yesteryear, or the best retro gear from Michael Thorne, the nostalgia merchants, dreaming of the old lady Ninian Park, or still celebrating Campbell's goal in the Millennium Stadium, whatever kind of fan you are, with Coral's free-to-play reward shaker, with a guaranteed daily reward or offer throughout the season, simply shake your phone to win. Over 18s only, maximum one reward or offer per player per day, 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Reward restrictions and requirements and other T's and C's apply. For more information on safer gambling, visit gambleaware.org.
Oh, has Rob gone, have you? Oh, asshole. Someone's asking the group as well, my thoughts on Horvath. Honestly, it's one of those, right? I don't think he's good enough for the Championship. I don't think he's good enough to play for us. I think we got a lot better now. If I'm honest, it's one of those where I want him to do well at Sheffield Wednesday just so we can sell him on and get him off the books. It's been a poor signing for us, really. He's not really impressed. They get one solid game. I was against Aston Villa in the Cup. Other than that, I just don't think he's good enough for us. I'm more than happy he's gone, if I'm honest, though. Oh, Martin.
I'll come in and save the day, but
sweet. I don't know. Rob's battery's dying, I think he said, so I know he's gone now. I can't click on the comments because I am not the thingy.
Yeah, no problems. Sorry, but as I was logging in, what was you talking about?
Just a Horvath is all, saying that I don't think he's good enough for us. I think we've got better now. I don't think he's a championship standard keeper, but I hope he does well for Sheffield Wednesday so they come and take him off the books from us. Again, it's been a poor decision, poor signing, but sometimes it doesn't work out. Just shake hands and part ways.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, but it's nice that obviously he put in a performance last night. He made them couple of penalty saves to get rid of dirty leads out of the cup, so Yeah, like you said, you wish him all the best. And I think, especially for a club like Sheffield Wednesday, a massive club, having their difficulties at the moment, you just hope he can go there and, do a job for them, because I think it's going to be a difficult season for them in the Championship this season.
Yeah, it is. I seen some comments on Facebook earlier saying fancy to eat humble pie because of how good he was last night. But again, you look at last Saturday, the Sheffield Wednesday fans are crucifying him because of how bad he was. I get football, opinions change every day, don't they? So, I mean, he had one great game for us against Villa in the Cup, and people I know don't watch Cardiff said, "Oh, you've got a solid keeper there," but they haven't seen us in the league, so they didn't know it. But I just think it's time we part ways. So I'm glad he's gone to
for me, I think one of the goals against Wrexham on the weekend, he's too flat-footed for me. He just doesn't look to move. The ball's past him and he hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But not that I pretend to know anything about, being a goalkeeper or anything, but I just think it was perhaps you can't say it's really a step too far, really, because obviously he's played at a higher level. He's played for Forest. He's played for Luton in the Championship. So he's obviously been there and done it. And he come to us with a bit of a reputation that, he was a decent keeper. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, and he's not the only one that's come into the club and struggled. So, it happens to others. For whatever reason, they don't settle. But yeah, it is what it is.
I think we've seen it. Right. There was, I think it was a Luton fan that Rob was on with, was saying to us, he's got mistakes in him, big mistakes, and that's a worry for a keeper. And the thing is, I look at the Luton game. Do I think he could make half the saves Trott made? I don't think he would have. No. I think if he was in goals instead of Trott, we would have lost that 2-3-1.
Happy days. Right, I'll tap back out, gents. I'll see you later.
Catch you again. All good now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
My life. This laptop is absolutely awful. It's literally just been off charge for 20 minutes and it's gone dead already. I'm so sorry. Where's Matt gone? I thought he was just in here, wasn't he?
Yeah, he just joined us to came back, that's all.
Ah, fair enough. I'm so sorry. Did he play the advert yet?
You played the advert.
It did work today. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you played it.
I'm so sorry, guys. I do apologise. Right, where was we, Reese? Please.
You said you were going to play the advert, and that was it then. I think we were talking about who would want in the cup of the next round, I think we asked last.
Yeah. Do you have someone in mind? Yeah, who would you think? Who would you want?
Millwall home.
One back, apparently.
Millwall at home, so we can smash them.
Really?
To be fair, mind, me and my mate did Millwall away last year, right? And all half-time, all I could hear was, no one likes us, we don't care, we are Millwall. We are super Millwall. All I heard, right? After Salek scored that equaliser, like the 95th minute, the drive back, it was just me bouncing in the car and him just absolutely silent. So, yeah, if we can pump Millwall, I'll be landed.
See, I'm torn. Like, some people have said, obviously, get a big tie, play like a Premier League team and things like that. But I think I'd still just rather just having just a team that's beatable. Like, I fancy a bit of a cup run. We got this, using these players that played last night, etc. I'd rather have a bit of a cup run, personally.
It's one of those, really, isn't it? If we get a League Two side, the youngsters play more games. The youngsters get more minutes that some of the youngsters may not have had. Do you know what I mean? So if you play like a Spurs, United and Arsenal, it's going to be the first team, and let's be honest, a lot of the youngsters are going to be dropped. I'd much rather them get minutes than that. I mean, we can play a big club in the later rounds. But I suppose it doesn't matter if you're going to win the cup, does it? So,
yeah, you've got to beat them all eventually anyway.
Exactly.
You added me back in, then, did you?
Yeah, did you know when I come back in?
I was just sitting in the background in case your computer died again.
No, I got my charger now.
I'll stay, yeah, but no problem.
Yeah, no. While you're here, mate, unless you've got plans, mate, then yeah, crack on, son. Oh, I just need to get I need to get a new laptop, mate, because it literally just can't hold charge without a charger anymore, apparently. So there we are. It's a work one though, so. And I did see a comment. No, I have. Well, I haven't spilled Carlin on it, not today anyway. I probably have at some point, as amongst other things has been spilt on it over the years that I've had it. Probably, and to be honest with you, the amount of times I've twatted it, I hope nobody from work is watching this, by the way, because the damage I've caused this laptop over the years. But yeah. What I'm going to do, unless I don't think nobody has already yet, you haven't gone to the comments, Ainge, have you? I'm going to go through some comments. Plenty in here, you beauties. Right, just keep scrolling. This one was from before we went live from Jumpers for Goalpost. Get very light, you'll be back stronger as a league championship player, recover well. What we got? Jeff says, I hope the club is going to look after the academy coaches who are brought through all these amazing young players. Who is in the 21s these days? Dan Pearce isn't anymore, is he? Or is he?
He's a coach of the academy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone back,
He is there still, is he? I thought he'd been moved on.
No, you put back down there. I think Tom Ramosat's gone back as well. The academies, again, Dan Percy's a lot of praise because what's going on there?
I just changed the layout because that was doing my head in.
The Rob show now, is it?
He's broken it now.
Yeah, Dan Percy is a lot of praise, to be honest. A lot of people like to criticise him because personal, whatever. But you look at the players he's brought through. It's again, and not just the players that's coming through now, but there's players go out there now and careers elsewhere. You know, was it Walcott boy? I can't think of his name now. Sorry, the centre half is a York, I think he is. Is it Fagan Walcott? He's got
Walcott, yeah.
He's a regular. No, we are producing players who can have careers in football now, and the youngsters are seeing this and seeing our club now as a place to go for a gateway in football. So we're going to have a better chance of signing better youngsters now, thanks to this. So, Dan Percy's with a lot of praise.
You mentioned that there was a comment there you mentioned about Eli King and his injury, and the concern I've got for me is obviously he's ruled out for the season. The chances are then we're going to get promoted to the Championship. Do you think it potentially could be the last time we've seen him in a Cardiff shirt?
Yeah.
Or is he still young enough for BBM to kind of work with him type of thing? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because you don't know how he's going to react to the
100%, mate. Yeah, I agree.
The treatment and things. But I just feel so sorry for him. I think BBM said that he pretty much told him on Saturday or after Saturday's game that he'd be playing on Tuesday, and then for him to do that in training on Sunday is just gutting for him, innit?
He did an interview though as well, didn't he? In the lead up to it, talking about him playing it or something like that, wasn't he? So he did all the PR stuff, didn't he? Leading up to it, like.
But the thing is, you don't know who's going to be available in January or next summer, because a player might come up as available and BBM might go, I really want him. He's my new 6. If I get him, someone's got to go on. And unfortunately, football's so brutal, that might be the last we see him, Football is just cruel, isn't it? I mean, he could have had a standout. This could have been his one season to make an impression, and it's cut short.
Good to hear that the David Turnbull injury wasn't as bad as anticipated. I think he's back up for selection on Saturday. I got a funny feeling he probably wouldn't be risked on Saturday, mind.
Oh, he's been outstanding for us so far. I think it was the Rotherham game. He was man of the match. He was absolutely outstanding. Honestly, you run that midfield. I mean, the picking up pockets of space, he plays the ball through the lines. You couldn't get the ball off him. Everything went through him. He's dropping back to pick the ball off in the back 4. It's like a failed back in his prime for us. He was. It was fantastic to watch, and he struggled the last few years with us. He's never really made a big impression. I think he had 1 or 2 games under Riza. He looked really impressive. Then injured, but he started on fire under BBM, to be fair.
We may as well talk about it then. Thoughts on Overhaaf and his goalkeeping heroics last night?
Talked about that when your computer died.
Oh, did you already?
Yeah.
Right, who we got? Heart of Oranges says, I think most of our youngsters are now tied down to contracts to stop any vultures circling to cherry pick out Tample. Obviously, Lawlor was the latest of those youngsters to be tied down. Was it a 3 or 4 year contract? The last couple of days he signed, which is massive positive. I know contracts potentially don't mean nothing when a bid comes in, but at least
protects us.
Yeah, exactly, mate. That's it,
us.
isn't it? You know, which is massive. Sue says, Naikawa, some suggest put him on loan. I disagree. If Andy want him, he's more than good enough for League One. I don't know how true that was with Naikawa, because I've seen like a few rumours regarding it, but I'm not sure how concrete it was, though. Didn't really know.
It might be. I don't know if how concrete it is, but it might be a case of Bellamy was out there with company, I believe, when he like a few years ago.
Yes.
And we know from when Bellamy spoke that they were sniffing around a couple of Cardiff youngsters. They were fully aware of Kapakio. They were fully aware of Isaac Davis. I wouldn't be surprised if they've left a compiled list of players that they thought could suit that level of football. And the rumours have come back now. They're looking at him again, maybe.
Interesting. Here she comes. It says how Viking was up. It's Turnbull's. I'm guessing a Viking, not Viking. Crack result for the youngsters with our little Timu version of Man City. Hey, did you watch Man City on the weekend? They're a Timu version of us at the moment. Let's have a look. What else we got? Imagine we draw Swansea in the next round.
We wouldn't have the 6,000 or 7,000 like we had here last night. Then no, the place would be rammed if we had Swansea, so that'd be a positive.
True.
I don't know what the official attendance was last night. I didn't catch it when I was down there, but I don't think obviously Swindon brought. Didn't they bring 1,800? I think, and I think Charlton brought 650, 700. I think.
I wouldn't want Swansea, to be honest with you.
No.
I don't want that. Not yet.
I think we batter anybody now.
Yeah, fuck that. We'll play them in the final and do them in the final. Even more embarrassing for them.
Give us Grimsby.
Yeah. Do you think the other teams now will look at Cardiff City model and think this is a way forward? Stop expensive transfers for all these bring the youngsters through? That's a great question, that.
I don't think it makes other clubs look at that. I think there's always a club that tries doing things like this. I mean, Swansea, sad to say it, they did this for a few years. That their club, didn't they? They brought youngsters through and stuff. And other clubs, they look at the model and they try to implement one or two little pieces of it. And the moment it doesn't work, they just go back to the old ways. I mean, most clubs in this division are going to sign players on free transfers because there's not much money there. Championship clubs, if you've got the money, they're going to spend big on whoever's available. So I just think I don't think anyone else will try and copy us.
I just think that, we've had decent youngsters for last few seasons, but unfortunately the managers before BBM have just been reluctant to play them for whatever reason. Now we don't know. Obviously Vincent Tan, right, and he gets lots of stick. And I'm not saying I'm a massive fan by all stretch of the imaginations, but what you've got to look at that he has funded a successful academy. The 21s or 23s, 18s, they're all doing really well and they're making that step up to first team. So there's something working there, isn't it? For whatever reason, Bullet, Reza didn't really use the youngsters. I think a lot of that was down to the fact they had short-term contracts for large periods of the time they were here. And they're fighting for the position, so they're going for the tried and tested names rather than giving the youngsters a go. Now, I don't know what conversations have gone on behind closed scenes when BBM come in, but it's just so refreshing to see him have no fear in playing the youngsters. I think what's the saying? If you're good enough, you're old enough. And he's living up to that. And the youngsters that have come into the squad for me have been absolutely superb. And I think the more games they can play throughout the season is only going to benefit not only their development, but us as a club as well, and make them players stronger.
You go back 3 months now, right? and you'll see certain posters online saying we stop going for the young and inexperienced managers, bring some experience like Warnock, right? If we did that, none of these youngsters would be anywhere near the first team.
Yeah.
Junior Oiler to be back playing for us, man.
It takes a brave, to be fair, it takes a brave decision to bring in a young manager that's going to play a forward-thinking way of football. It's going to try to implement things. Don't forget, his job is not just build a winning side. His job is to build bridges between the fan base and the club again. He's fighting fires left, right, and centre, probably, BBM is. Because after relegation, whoever comes in has got to win the fans over. He's got to fix the playing side. He's got to work with the board. Got to try and sort the budget out. Got to change and overhaul the squad. There's so much to do. So it takes a brave decision to hire him as well.
He must have had so many agreements in place before taking over. There must have been, like, the fact that, allegedly
you can be promised the world, or can't you? And I think
that's true. That is true.
Many times before. So fair play to him for taking that punt, because that's what it is. Like you said, you can be promised this, that, and the other, and we still officially haven't got anything over the line. I know there's lots of Chinese whispers, but yeah, I think the draw for the next round is going to take a little bit longer as well. They've just equalised, I think.
Ballsack.
He drinks as well.
About Maguire, wasn't it? That's ruined my life. Does it go straight to penalties? I will.
Yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, straight to penalties.
Oh, well, okay. How long's left of the game?
2 minutes. Get Drencher in it at Grimsby, that.
Sickening, honestly.
That's ruined my time. So I wanted to
Harry Maguire as well.
What's
Again,
that?
how bad has that hammering been at the right to do? The football has been atrocious. It's the club is, again, as a successful club, it's run as a joke. They're sacking staff members to save the club because there's not enough money to last at Christmas, but they can find £60 million to spend on a Wolves player. I know 60 million or 70 million for Sesko. I mean, I'll not be funny, but the way Jim Radcliffe has run that club is a joke. Absolute atrocious owner.
Which, is nice now. We've been like that for the last, I don't know how long with the change in managers. It's just nice now that we seem to have found the right person, don't we? And let's not jump the gun. And like, I'm excited, don't get me wrong. For what we've done so far is brilliant. But I'm still realistic and think that, there's going to be ups and downs through the season. We are going to lose games. And I just hope everybody, still stays on that, the wagon and supports, even, though we are going to go through tough times, because it is going to happen. Hopefully not for a while. After Christmas, once we've wrapped it up.
November, I think, on score predictions, isn't
it? Sue says, don't forget to clap for Bamba Saturday, 14th minute. Absolutely. On that for Saturday, I've seen a few people put on you, and I think I've read a couple of things as well. Trots a doubt. And I think this goes back to what we were saying at the start of the show, Reese. As good as Trot has been, I feel like we are in a position with Turner where it's not going to be like the world's going to end by putting our backup keeper, if you like, in goals. Yeah. When was the last time we were able to say that, where we had two functioning keepers?
Again, last year, as soon as Alan Rick went off injured, it was a hamstring, I think, wasn't it? And Horvath comes on, you're like, oh, for fuck. Please, God, no. But now, again, I have full trust in Turner. I have full trust in the back four as well. Capaccio, Bagan, Lawlor, and Fish. That back four looks so balanced. I'm comfortable with them and Turner behind them if needs to be. I think Trot will be in goals. I think he'll be fine. I think it's more a case of he was rested last night. There's no need for him to be there, and that's it. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I've got
a great experience for the youngster from I think it was the end of 18s, wasn't it? Higgs was it?
Yeah.
Great experience for him to come in, and obviously I know he wasn't. He didn't get on the pitch or anything, but at least he's had that experience of being in and around the first team environment, and that's going to he's going to go and, I don't know, wherever he's gone today into training, and he's going to be on cloud 9, isn't he?
100%, mate.
Here's a question, then. You got, is it about 5-6 days left of the transfer window? How many players leave?
What, as in the first team players?
Yeah. Or some of the youngsters on loan or whatever. How many think will go?
Have you seen the rumours this evening about Keane Ashford, Sheffield United reigniting?
That's bullshit, that is.
I've seen it from a couple of people now, though. One of the chaps who Simon have had on, what's his name?
Darren Whitcroft, I think it is.
Yeah, he released it earlier, so...
Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't think he goes.
No, I don't think so.
I'll tell you why. It's because they got Danny Ings on trial and they got Nathan Redmond on trial. And if you're telling me you can get an experienced Premier League winger for free or pay £2-3 million for a youngster, they're going to go with the experienced Premier League player on a free. I think they'll sign Redmond before they come Ashford.
I'd rather Ashford than...
I would personally rather Ashford, but Sheffield United will rather the Premier League experienced player over the youngster because they've got to get promotion this year for money reasons.
That's the Sheffield United model, mate.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a lot of these crazy rumours come out now, especially the next 3 or 4 days. You're going to see things all the time, you know, Robinson linked with Aston Villa or something, or Wrexham linked with 17 of our players. It's going to happen every single day now. It's going to be some of these crazy links.
I think that the ones for me that's going to go will be Robertson, Darland, and potentially Robinson. That's my 3, I think, that could leave.
I don't think Robinson goes in unless we bring a striker in my personal opinion. Robertson, I wouldn't be surprised. I know BBM said yesterday that he felt a slight twinge in his hamstring, but I don't know if that's him. You know, in his press conference, I love the way he speaks. He's open, he's honest, but he would, over the last couple of weeks, he was like Perry NG and Alex Robertson. They'll be back for this date. They'll be back for that date. Now, Perry NG was, Robertson wasn't. Now, I'm hoping, like he said, that he felt a twinge in his hamstring. But I hope that's just not a, trying to pull the wool over our eyes type of thing. But I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Alan Wick goes.
Oh, yeah, God love him.
I'll be sad to see Alan Wick go. I really liked him. I felt he was let down by a very poor defence last year. I'm happy we got Trott and Turner. Don't get me wrong. I think they're both a level above. I will be sad to see Alan Wick go. I think, he stepped up when needed. He was unfairly dropped a few times. I think if Robertson does go, I think it's on loan. I don't think the club recoups the money they paid for him. And we've also got a sell-on clause to Man City. So I think if anything, he goes on loan. I don't think we sell him. I just don't think no one's coming in for 5-6 million for him, see?
Any of the Cardiff boys go in on loan? Like your Isaac Davis, Nia Cowers.
Isaac Davis won't go out.
Giles.
Spears, I think, might. I think the club would be willing to let something like Spears go on loan. It's tough because I want to keep like some Mafiko and Naikawa. But I also want them to play 40 games a season. But I also want to keep them in around the first team. But I know they're not going to play 40 games. They're going to play 15 to 20, you know what I mean? As impact subs and stuff. So it's just
it could be more of a January issue then. Or maybe they keep on to these for now, see how we go up until December. And then if they are not getting as much game time as they should be getting, then it wouldn't kill them to go, some of these boys, 2 or 3 of them go on loan to League 1, League 2 team or whatever it may be, just to get some regular football. That could be an option as well.
Yeah, well, there's so much football to play now, won't it? That's the thing.
It is, and I think our loan team, whatever, I don't understand how it works, all the stuff behind the scenes, but I think over the last couple of years, it has worked well. Like you look at Joel Colwell now, first half of the season last year on loan at Cheltenham, then to Exeter. He's come back in and he's slotted in really well this season. I know we're going back a little bit further, but McGuinness, when he went to Sheffield Wednesday and he come back, he looked a different player just because he went and he was playing regular.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm glad he's not with us after we beat Luton on the weekend, the way he dived on the floor there. But it's he was decent for us when he was a good player, and obviously we done very well out of selling him to Luton.
Rumour has he's still trying to get up.
Yeah, still searching for his laces in the grass, I think.
But for every one successful loan we've had, though, we've had 3 or 4 poor loans out, because you look at Tana, went to, was it Bromley, couldn't get a sniff for them.
Yeah.
Came back to us and he played right game for us.
There was about that.
I think Conte went to loan as well last season, didn't he? Couldn't get a game.
Yeah.
He came back. I mean, we've sent players out on loan and they can't get a sniff for some clubs, but then they come back to us and they're in the first team. So it might be a case of the manager doesn't trust them, but
I don't think Davis's loan was that good either, was it? When he went to that club, I don't think.
Yeah, Isaac Davis was the top goal scorer.
He was he?
Yeah, I think. Is it 11 goals? I think Kjortrik.
For some reason, I thought he bombed it. I
think he saved them from relegation, didn't he? I think they were.
Oh, fair enough then.
Shea Ojo.
What happened then?
Shea Ojo out the loan to him, and Shea Ojo didn't impress.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of then.
Penalties incoming, gentlemen.
We'll see how the pens go in, and we'll. It's nothing, no affiliation with Cardiff. We want
Rangers lost 6-0 as well, just to let you know.
Jesus.
Poor Russell Martin. Bless him.
Who did they lose to? Some team from Kazakhstan or something, was it?
Club Brugge, man.
Okay.
Celtic lost to the Kazakhstan team, didn't he?
Yeah, and talking about teams, and obviously we put it in the chat earlier on, but Calma Dowda's Champions League journey's come to an end. Is Robbie Keane's team's out? Does that mean they get a chance at Europa League now, or is that Europe done for them?
No, I think this is the third or the fourth qualifying round. I think if you're losing that one, you drop into the Europa League, and if you're losing that one, you go into the Conference League, I think. So
it's just too much now, isn't it? If you're out for me.
But again, I don't understand why they made a Conference League. It's the chance of the Europa League.
There's all money in it.
That's what it's all about, mate.
But then, so you got the Super Cup now, which is the Champions League winner and the Europa League winner. Who does the Conference League winner play?
They should be the FA Cup winners. I don't know.
It's absolutely pathetic. It's just
they'll probably invent it, mate. So they'll have like 3 goals on, and we'll have all 3 teams playing at the same time, and then all against each other. That'll be next.
Well, have we seen Spanish FA now want to put their league game up to Spain? America, sorry. The Spanish FA are trying to push for, I think it's Madrid, Villarreal to be played in America.
Sure.
Again, it's all money in it. It's all money and trying to increase, I suppose, the popularity of the game out there and get people to buy shirts out there. And
I would have thought it'd been Saudi, if anything, that they would have put it out to.
If this happens, though, I think it's the end of the modern football. Because again, you're going to have. How does it work out? I mean, let's just say now we get picked out to play, I don't know, Newport County up to Saudi. If that's a home game for us, we lose a home advantage. We lose. Does that mean now they lose in the home game as well? Newport do when they play it.
Yeah, but they're probably going to get 40 million, so the club's not going to worry about keeping 15,000 fans happy, are they?
I'm not pissing you chips, Reece, mate, but I don't think Saudi football is going to call for Cardiff and Newport to go and play.
You never know, but you never.
This is the thing. Once it happens to Spain now, then the Italian leagues are going to go for it. Then the French leagues and the English leagues will go for it. And all of a sudden, Wrexham will be trying to get games out in California. And then every club in England are going to try to get... Oh, yeah. Every club are going to try and get the game abroad and just to try and maximise it. And how does that affect season ticket holders? I'm sorry, you want to see ticket holder, you can't go to this game because you're not... it's going to be in America.
There was a question in the group, there was a question in the chat earlier when you mentioned about season ticket holders now. Have you seen the new changes to buying away tickets? I don't see there is much change, to be honest. It's all points related now. So if you do a fixture, you get a point. If you're a season ticket holder, you get 2 points for attending a fixture. Like the start of the season, it was based on if you've done 15 away games last season and Port Vale this season, you was able to buy a ticket. It's difficult this year, and it was always going to be difficult because of the stadium capacities that obviously we're visiting. But yeah, it's just it's going to be hard for. It's going to be hard for people to get tickets if they haven't done all their trips last season and stuff.
So we'll be doing any away trips for your season then, Ange?
Yeah.
Here we are then. All right.
You must still be pissed after the last one anyway.
Still on my best. The game was shit, but it was still on my best days out there. But that was what a day I was. Literally, the game was.
What's your thoughts around Plymouth the weekend? And do you think there'll be many changes in that squad? Do you think any of the youngsters impressed enough to deserve a start against Plymouth the weekend, or do you think you'll go back to how we have been?
I think we'll go back to the way he has been.
I think Chambers will go back to dropping onto the bench.
Yeah. Again, last night he looked better going forward, but there's a few times where he's the last man and he's playing 2 or 3 players on side, and you can see he's playing them on side, but he just doesn't come forward. It's just dangerous.
What do you put that down to then, Reece? Not being switched on or not having?
I think he's worrying that he's going to get beaten for the ball. He's going to get beaten for pace, so he's dropping a yard back to cover for it. But then he's caught allowing them
compensate on it, like.
Yeah, and then others are on side, and I just think it's going to cost us. Again, Fish and Lawlor look more of a balanced pairing than when Chambers is on, in my opinion.
I thought Lawlor had his hands full with that striker. Last night he was a big physical striker, wasn't he? But I thought he done well, and he's gonna. I think he's learning every game. Dylan Lawlor, such a young guy, and I think battles like that last night, and I go back to Capaccio battling with that Ali on Saturday. I think it'll be games like that now. They're going to learn more from than just having that freedom to run up and down that touchline and just be solid at the back end type of thing. The games where you've got your back against the wall is the ones you're going to learn from. Simple as.
Yeah, you can see that with Lawlor, like how much in that short space of time from like the first week to where we are now, like against these bigger centre forwards. Like he's come on leaps and bounds and learned so much already, mate. It's a fair play to him. I think it will be very similar. I think it will be like your generic lineup on Saturday. I don't think Turnbull starts. I think he'll be from the bench, but it'll be Joel and Wintle, I think. And then I think it'd be pretty much as it is with...
Here's one for you, which striker out of the 2 starts on Saturday?
It'd be Salic, I think.
Salic.
He's just, like, I know a lot of people are worried about, like, he's not, I know he scored on the weekend, but he's just getting manhandled, isn't he? Left, right and centre. So I don't know whether he's got to adjust his game and drop a little bit deeper. I don't know. But at the moment, he just seems to be, his hands all over him. He's not getting no rub of the green from the referees. And yeah, it's a tough time for him at the moment. And I think, again, then Robinson is struggling with his confidence.
This is something, man, right? The refereeing standard is so poor in below the championship. I think last night, I can't remember who it was, took an elbow to the face. It might be Lawlor.
Yeah, it was Lawlor right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, so the ref sees it, doesn't give nothing. Let's play carry on. The ball goes out to play. He then blows the whistle and then gives a yellow card. Now, surely, if it's a yellow card, he would have seen it and blow the whistle straight away. The refereeing standards are so poor. It's honestly every week so far.
Bad in the championship.
I thought they were bad in the championship, but they just get worse the further you go. The standard is so shocking. Honestly, how many penalty decisions have we had to go against us now? Like this will be 2 or 3 now. We should have had a penalty, and the refs just gone up, nothing. It's the standard is just so poor.
The Manx look as if they're going to pull it back, guys.
Gross.
Disgusting.
Horrible club. Right.
So what's your score predictions on Saturday? I think it's going to be a big one. I think it's going to click on the weekend, and I think we'll put them to the sword. I think.
Go first, Reece.
Me and the boys always say this. There's always goals in the Plymouth game. There's always goals in this game. I reckon there'll be more than 2. I think we'll win 3-0.
Plymouth did Plymouth get their first win last week?
They did.
The season.
And then obviously lost against Swansea then on penalties last night.
Yeah, they will have a bit more confidence about them after 5 in a row they lost, didn't they, originally in the league? And obviously winning then and taking the pens is poor performance, I suppose. But yeah, I think Cardiff should have too much for them. I think you've got to be looking at a 2-3-0 job, I think, to be honest with you. I reckon. I'll go with Ruben and Joel to score 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a big end. I can't remember what I've done on my predictions, but I'm going Paul have just put 4-0. I'm going 4-1. And the Wolves striker missed the winning penalty for Man United. So it's 4-4 after 5 penalties.
I'll tell you what you predicted on Matt Front. I'll load up the predictions. I'll let you know what you said now.
All right, I got to jump in. Are you logged on through Ainge? You on through guest or?
I'm not sure, but just wrap it up. But I'm not sure how long these penalties are going to go for anyway. So perhaps I can do a video in the morning with a reaction to who we've got in the
yeah, all right, mate.
In the next round, buddy, because by the time they have the adverts and that, it'll probably be another 10 or 15 minutes before they do it.
Yeah, exactly. I got to sort the kids out. While Reese is looking for that prediction, thank you all so much for tuning in and joining. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you take a look at Ace Podcast Nation, become a member as well. For a price of a cup of coffee a month, you become an Ace Podcast Nation member. And that is it, my friend. Do you have that prediction, Reese David Evans?
Yeah, Matt went for 3-0.
Oh, there we are. What did you say, Reese?
3-0.
I'll stick to 3-0 now, and I won't say 4-1.
Because Colin Blue Green when it's spelled. It's not fucking toxic, mate. I just get toxic. And on that note, good night, God bless. Love you all. Bye-bye.
See you Saturday.
Rascal Beats.
For your Caesar. Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar.